Two University of Cincinnati professors are speaking out about a bill that would put some new restrictions on Ohio colleges. So it would ban public colleges from pushing concepts like critical race theory, and it would also ban mandatory diversity training. Luke Jones was on hand in Avondale tonight as critics called a town hall to address this bill.
Outrage tonight over Ohio Senate Bill 83. It would ban public colleges from commenting on so-called controversial topics and goes on to list climate change and diversity as examples.
You can't acknowledge the existence of systemic racism and sexism.
The bill would also ban colleges from requiring diversity training. Private colleges that take state funds would also be affected.
It sounded as if it was taken from the pages of Adolf Hitler. You know, it's a Nazi march.
Reginald Brazel is so concerned about the bill, he called this town hall meeting in Avondale with Cincinnati's vice mayor, where UC professor Ron Jackson took aim at the bill.
And we're calling into question a bill that is trying to threaten our democracy, but it's threatening our freedoms.
But another UC professor supports the bill. In this paper sent to lawmakers, John Paul Wright tears into UC's diversity practices, while an entire section of UC's website is devoted to equity and inclusion, and UC even has a diversity council. Wright claims he's seen colleagues researching job applicants' political views and that one of his colleagues said they, quote, will never hire another white male. Wright also claims the school requires implicit bias training for hiring committees, something SB 83 would ban, but that critics say is needed.
This bill speaks against diversity, equity, and inclusion, and this is what has opened the door for African Americans to rise.
In Avondale, Luke Jones, Local 12 News.
And we asked UC for comment on Professor Wright's claims and what it thinks of the bill, but did not get a response. Lawmakers are debating that legislation tomorrow.
Diversity isn't all SB 83 tackles. It also requires public colleges to cut ties with China. If passed, schools would be banned from accepting gifts from the Chinese government. They wouldn't be allowed to have academic relationships with Chinese schools.
And the whole thing with the Chinese universities, I mean, that just sounds really racist to me. It's just ridiculous that universities can't partner with anybody.
We reached out to the bill's author for comment, but he did not respond.